Grave Encounters is a Canadian found footage horror film that I heard about. I didn't really have much interest, but it's a favorite of Sarah from Possessed by Horror, the YouTube channel, so I figured I'd check it out. Also, I'm Canadian, so I'm obligated to do that. This one is about a documentary crew who go around to supposedly haunted places. The show is called Grave Encounters, and you got our trio of intrepid ghost hunters. However, in episode 6, they find a psychiatric facility that was shut down. When they go in, they decide to have a sort of gimmick where they are locked in by the groundskeeper and not released till morning. However, they find themselves in a more dire situation than they thought. So this movie is super low budget. I would consider it a micro budget film because it's like $120,000. They do a lot with very little. But also you can see where the budget sort of hampers some of the subject matter. This movie predates the excellent horror film Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. However, that movie had a way bigger budget, I believe 2.2 million, so they could do more with that. This one's micro budget, so it's mostly just the three of them wandering around, and the sort of concept of the psychiatric facility is that it plays with time and space so they can't leave. So when they go to the front door, it's bolted from the outside, but then the door disappears and they can't find it. Or if they go to another part, all of a sudden the wall is gone, exits disappear. They're supposed to be only there overnight, but they've been there for hours. And they have little tricks here and there. But I think the biggest fault of the movie is that whenever they have a big set piece, they scream and they run away, or the camera flickers, and then they rinse, wash, repeat. Sometimes they'll have good scares. There's a scare where a man is talking on the phone, and all of a sudden something grabs him, and we get attacks of a ghostly nature that are really good. But the rest of the movie is just, it feels like it should be like a thrill ride, like you're sitting in a roller coaster. But what if it stopped and you just cut to black every 5 minutes? It got annoying. It got really annoying. Obviously, it was a budget thing, but it's more of the equivalent of a woman walks into a room and she sees a cradle and she's like, oh no, and then a baby pops out and starts, and his mouth goes, and then it just cuts to black instead of or her leaving the room or something like that. It did that over and over, and the movie's just okay. I don't care about the acting, I care about the thrills. The movie doesn't really deliver all that much, so I give Grave Encounters a 3 out of 10. Grave Encounters 2 is the sequel to Grave Encounters. This one is not directed by the Vicious Brothers. This one's directed by someone else, but it's produced by them. Now this one is different. This one is about a film student named Alex who's obsessed with the first film and wants to contact the cast members. However, he can't find them because the hook of Grave Encounters is that it's not fake, it's real. And the producer was able to get the footage uploaded and create a movie out of it and play it off as a fake film. So he gets really obsessed with it and teams up with all of his film student friends, like his girlfriend who's an aspiring actress, or not his girlfriend, he likes her, I guess. Anyways, she's there, and there's the crew, his friends. There's an Asian guy too, and they decide to find the same place, the psychiatric facility. However, they are blocked by a security guard, so they are eventually able to break into the place to find out what happened to the crew of the first one, of Grave Encounters, the paranormal TV show, and they find themselves also assaulted on all sides by paranormal attacks. So this movie is like the first film but on steroids, which I really liked. I mean, this one had way better set pieces. It had the wild security guard. It had more going on. The first 40 minutes is just set up. They don't actually get to the asylum until and there's an hour left in the movie, but then when they get there, there's more stuff going on. They introduce new elements. They build up a lot. They play up the set pieces. It feels more like a thrill ride than the first one that would always cut to black or have the camera dropped and then you just see feet running away. This one definitely amps up everything to 11, and I really like that. Things don't have to make sense, but you gotta have a cohesion to it, and I really like the story. It was very, very a vast improvement over the first film, so I give Grave Encounters 2 a 6 out of 10.